welcome back. My name is Nyadiso, and I am the guy who bought a car from WeBuyCars. And within a week, from buying the car from WeBuyCars, I already had problems. The first problem I had with the car is the car was misfiring, and the car was losing power when you're driving the car, and it would start to stagger around. And at first I thought the spark plugs had a problem. I replaced the spark plugs, bought the new spark plugs, but it still had the same problem. It was losing power. And from there I figured out that the problem was the coil pack. I bought a new coil pack. Took me a week to get that coil pack, put it in there, and the car was sorted. And after a week driving the car, I already had another problem. And this is the problem I had. When you get into the car, you start the car, everything is fine, sounds fine, there's no misfiring anymore. When you put the car on gear, and you release the clutch, once the clutch is released, the car is not moving forward. And I already at this point had 2 breakdowns with this car, and I had to be towed 2 times with this car, from the mountains of I'm in the rural area here, from the mountains there. It's cold, and I had to be towed because my brothers were driving the car, so we had to tow the car back and try to fix the problem. The first problem was fixed, and we drove again, and they had this, and another problem, which is the problem that we had now. And last time I made the video, the car, the car had this problem now. And as I said, the smartest thing to do at this point is to just take the car to the professionals, and they fix the car. But in my case, it's already too late for me to take it to the mechanic. Well, not really too late, but the gearbox is already out, as I've showed you on the previous video. The gearbox is already out. There's no turning back for me, so I've got to try and fix this car myself. And boy, oh boy, one of the lessons I've learned from fixing this car, I will never again complain when a mechanic gives me his price, because this thing is damn difficult, at least for me, because I've never done this before. I've never seen an engine out. At least I've seen in videos, and I've never opened an engine or put the engine back in, or even open anything in a car, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But I was like, maybe the not so smart decision that I can make right now is to just try and fix the car myself. And I said the gearbox is already, and as I said, the gearbox is already out. There's no turning back for me. So I'm gonna try and fix this car myself. And boy, it wasn't difficult. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So here's what happened from the last time that I posted about this car. This is a Suzuki Super Carry 2019 1.2i engine. So I bought this car just to do my small chores around at home, because I'm in the rural area and I'm driving a sedan. Sedans are gonna be able to do some things that I wanted to do in this area. So I would need to get some sort of a pickup or a bakkie, because I didn't have much money. So I bought this pickup, and from buying from WeBuyCars, and I already had these problems. So from the time I posted, here's what happened. I suspected that the car's clutch is worn out, because from the time we saw that the car is a problem, I could tell that the problem is not in the spark plugs anymore. It's not in the coil packs or the ignition system. I hope that's the right name for it. I could tell something is in the gearbox, and as I've seen on the DECRA report, that the car would give us, they said the car would the car is expected to give gearbox problem. They said the car, the function is not affected. Forgot how they said it properly, but repairs would be needed, would be expected soon. And as I said on the previous video, I didn't expect soon to be just a week. So in my case, I drive the car for a week, it breaks down. So what I've done from the time I posted last week was to buy a new clutch kit. Now remember, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. So here's the clutch kit that I bought. I didn't even check the brands. I don't know the brands because I've never seen these things before. This is the first time this is the first time I'm doing this thing, so I don't know the proper ones. I don't know the ones that are not so proper. So I'm relying on information that I'm getting from YouTube. I'm relying on the information that I'm getting from Google, trying to figure out what the problem is. And my research is consistent with what I was thinking. That the problem is in the gearbox, and as I've taken the gearbox out already, and I've bought this clutch kit, and as I've shown you before, this is how the clutch looked like when I took the gearbox off. So when I got the new clutch kit is here, and I come and take the gearbox. I think that I forgot the actual day when it was. So I took the gearbox out again. What we did from there is we started by cleaning out the inner side of the gearbox. So we sprayed it in there with parts cleaner and brake cleaner to remove those things that I called cufflinks before, but those were just residues of the clutch disc planning out. And so we just sprayed it in there, used brushes to just brush those things out, make sure that it's at least decently clean. I hope that's the right word. So we made it clean there. So from there, I realized from watching YouTube and other videos and searching online on how to fit a clutch kit on a car. So there's this tool that they are using to try and line up the clutch plate, clutch disc, clutch plate, clutch disc, same thing. So you correct me here because I don't know the proper words of most of the things that I am talking about here, because I am learning as I'm going. So I tried to sort of build this tool for myself. So I saw this. So we're supposed to actually line up the clutch disc at the center of the flywheel. So once you line it up on the center of the flywheel, it's supposed to make sure that the gearbox fits in nicely. If it's not lined up, then it doesn't fit in nicely. So here I was, took an old piece of wood from my mother's broom. So I tried to chisel it using my grinder and make sure it fits in there, and I come and fit it in the clutch disc. And I'm saying, if you don't have a tool, you just build it yourself. So I built this tool. So I fit it in there, and in my mind, this is gonna work. This is gonna do the job. Get another car, we try to fit it in. Damn, oh boy, try to fit it in. We try to line it up at the center of the flywheel. We then tighten up the clutch. I will call it the clutch cover, the one that has fingers there. I think the proper name for it is pressure plate. So we tighten it up. We tried to fit in the gearbox. It was just not fitting in there. And I know professional mechanics now at this point would be saying, that's not gonna work. And in my mind, because as I told you, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done this before, and I'm figuring it out as I am going. So I tried to fit it in there. I was like, no, this is not gonna fit, and I don't have this tool right now. I don't have time to go and buy this tool right now. And as you would have told, and I'm sure professional mechanics right now are laughing and saying that's not gonna work. So we were then forced to just remove the bed. So we just then went out to remove the bed. We removed the bed, untied. Hope that's the right word. we loosened the bolts there, we just took the bed out. So what we did now to try and figure out on how to fit in this gearbox back in the car was to just loosely just tighten the clutch cover, right? Then we take the gearbox, we fit it in there with the flywheel, no, not the flywheel, with the pressure plate loosely tied in there, so that the gearbox can be able to move and maneuver the clutch disc and be able to fit in there. What we did after that was to tighten the gearbox cover. I'm not sure that's the gearbox cover or what it's called, but the outside of the gearbox, we tied it in there. Then we used that small hole at the side there that we used to fit in the the what you call the thing, the starter motor. So we just slid in there a 14 millimeter, it's not a 14, I think that's a 12 if I'm not mistaken, for a 12 millimeter spanner, just to tighten just to tighten the pressure plate to make sure it's tightly fit in there. After that was just tightly fit in there, and when we were sure that it's fit in there and it's tightly fitted in there, the gearbox went in that way, and that way we were able to be able to fit in the gearbox without having the proper tools. And I'm probably sure someone is gonna say that's a bad idea, and I suspect it's a bad idea. So if you know whether that's gonna work or not, and if you know what problems I might face by doing that, comment below and tell me how to fix it. Whilst I don't have the proper tool to fit the clutch disc back in there. So that's what we did. After that, we just put back once the clutch cover and the clutch pressure plate, the clutch disc is fitted tightly in there. We just put back the starter motor quickly, and we fitted in the shaft. I think that's the drive shaft, the one that takes power from the spinning gearbox back to the back wheels. I hope that's the right way of saying what I wanna say, but I think that's a drive shaft. Correct me if I'm wrong. Fit it in the drive shaft, put it back in there, and we started this job in the morning, I think around 8-9 a.m. and we're still working on it up until 7 past 7. It was dark, but we had already fitted everything back in there. All the wiring was back in there, and the starter motor was back in there. This car is small, basic. There's not much to fit in there, so you can do it quickly provided you do it right the first time. We didn't do it right the first time, and we had to fiddle in there, try and figure out how to do this, how to do that, go back to Google, try and figure out how this is done. So we're basically using try and error method. It was already dark, afternoon, I would say it's at night or whatever the case is. I don't know the right word for it, but around that time we started to test the car and see whether things work. So the challenge we had was the I'm told the clutch disc is supposed to have friction on the flywheel to make sure that the turning engine is able to transfer power from the engine and to the drive shaft and be able to move the wheels. So when the clutch disc is worn out, when the flywheel is touching it, I hope that's the right word, is touching it and there's no friction, it's gonna spin and not be able to spin the wheels. So once you have a new clutch disc and a clutch kit is fitted in there, you are then able to transfer the power that is produced by the engine and the turning of the engine back to the drive shaft, which then spins the wheels. So in my case, the reason the car was not moving forward was because the clutch disc was worn out. So when it's rubbing, there's no friction that allows the power to move from the engine right up to the wheels so that the tires can be moving. So now once that is fitted in back in there, so now the car is able to transfer the power that is produced by the engine to the drive shaft, and the wheels are able to move. So once we fitted that thing back in there, we were able to test drive the car, and voila, the car started moving, and the car was able to move forward. And we just went out, we tested it at night, and we're like, okay, now let's go back to sleep and wake up in the morning. So in the morning, when I woke up in the morning, as you would see here, I tried to explain what I was doing, but basically what I was saying is, after fitting the new clutch, you'll then have to adjust the clutch pedal to be able to put pressure on the pressure plate, to be able to release the clutch from transferring power from the engine to the wheels when the car is neutral or when the clutch is down. Once you release the clutch, then the pressure goes back, then the wheels start moving. So if you don't adjust the I'm told, if you don't adjust the clutch cable, and I'm told other cars use a fluid to be able to release the clutch disc and be able to engage it so that the wheels are able to move. So in my case, this is what was happening, so as I'm explaining in this video. So we are almost done with this gearbox. So the clutch has been changed, clutch kit has been changed, and here we have replaced the what you call transmission oil. Wasn't sure how much goes in here, but there's 1.5 liters here. I know they said should be 1 liter, but 1.5 is already here. Last thing to do now is to adjust this. This is a clutch cable. Luckily this one uses a cable, not a fluid, so I need to adjust this and make sure it's here, so it's adjusted for the new clutch. Then from there we put back the bed, then we're done after that. So after that we are almost done. We adjusted the cable to be able to fit to be suited for the clutch kit that we have fitted in. The trick here was, if I adjusted the cable too tight, it would actually break the fingers of the pressure plate. And if it's too far, even if the clutch is down, it won't be able to put pressure on the pressure plate, and you won't be able to put in you won't be able to put your car in gears. So because technically you would have not released the clutch to be able to move from gear 1 or 2 or 3 or down change, whichever the case may be. So from there also, as I explained in the previous video, was because the gearbox was out, the gearbox oil was can't say leak, we actually lost the gearbox oil. So we then released, we also replaced gearbox oil. So from this car, gearbox oil. So from this car, we have put in 1.5 liters in there. Now I'm told it's supposed to have 1 liter in there. I hope too much is not bad, but 1.5 liters of gearbox oil is back in there. So from there, the car is fitted in. The gearbox is fitted back in there, and the bed is back in the car. So from there, we just took it on a test drive to see whether our repair was successful or not. I'll just see now. From now, I'll just see whether my repair was up to standard, and hopefully I'll be able to just maybe post, I'm not sure, my problems that I have with the car now with my repair, and the damages, not the damages, the fault or the problems that I had, that I'm expecting to have with the car since I've bought it from WeBuyCars. And I'm expecting problems because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just figuring it out as I'm going. And I was not planning to do automotive content here on YouTube, but at some point whilst I was doing this repair, I was like, this might not be bad. Um, um, Doing this type of content might not be bad if you like me to do more of these. But this is expensive, guys. Now this is expensive, because already now I was just buying this car for my small things to do around here, and I'm already 75k down just from buying this car, and I don't have much money to be buying cars and rebuilding them. But I actually, whilst building this car, I was like, what more can I do? Can I do more from this? And actually enjoyed it. From fixing the car, opening up the gearbox, and doing everything I was doing with the car. Even though some things I had no idea what I'm doing. But as I'm doing, I'm thinking to myself, even if this might be a bad idea, but I'm learning something. So this is what I have done for now. The car is moving forward, the car is moving backwards. I can put it on reverse. Sorry for my English. I'm pretty pleased because I've learned something, and I would see what I can do from now onwards. But from my repair, since I've done the car, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, and for a first timer, I'd consider to see how what more can I learn from this. What skill can I develop from this? Because I'm not a mechanic. I've never seen cars before, but just like everyone else, I'm curious about cars, and I'd like to learn more about them. Would I buy another car from WeBuyCars? As I've said on the previous video, that would this be a scam? And I did say that you decide on whether it's a scam or not. And the question is, would I buy another car from WeBuyCars? Oh, definitely I would. For the learning experiences, and yes, I do agree. The DECRA report from We Buy Cars is not as comprehensive as we amateur people. Or I'm not sure whether amateur is the right word. We as lay people, people don't know about cars, would like to know. But I think it's fair. I think the DECRA report is to some extent fair. Yes, they do not say everything that is wrong with the car. I don't know whether it's because I don't know whether something is wrong with the car, because the car that I bought was categorized as gold. The condition of the car was gold, which means there is no which means there is no roadworthy which means there's no roadworthy issues. However, that does not mean the car is not going to break down. However, that does not mean that the car is not going to give me problems. And they did mention, in my case, maybe I've seen some other people saying, I bought this car from WeBuyCars, it has this problem, but WeBuyCars did not tell me that it has this problem. In my case, they did tell me, but the problem was me, who was naive, because I just wanted to buy the car and get done with what I wanted to do. And the gold status on the condition of the car. Sorry. The gold status on the condition of the car gave me that confidence to say, now this is a gold car. The gold car shouldn't have any problems. But then you'd see that on WeBuyCars, they do specify, and they do tell you that this car, as I'm reading on the website now, they're saying the car has service records. Service records may be outdated and servicing may be needed. Vehicle has a DECRA roadworthy voucher covering the roadworthy test cost at any DECRA testing. But the key point there is servicing may be needed. I think the best advice that I also seen on WeBuyCars website is, once you buy a car from WeBuyCars, just immediately take it for a major service. Major service is changing almost everything. I'm not sure the engine overhaul would be needed, but change the important things: your brake disc, check your engine, check your engine oil leaks. Make sure the engine oil leaks are fixed, because most of the cars, especially from gold and green green condition of the cars. Most of them I've seen, because I'm always on the website. They have engine oil leaks or gearbox oil leaks. Just go and take it to a mechanic. Don't be as dumb as I am. Don't be as stupid as I am and try to fix it yourself. But just take it to a mechanic. Take it to a mechanic. Make sure you fix those engine oil leaks. Some of them would have knocking sounds on the engine. Fix that. Some of them would have gearbox problems. Fix that first before you actually drive the car. Even if we are confident that the car is not going to give you a problem, take it for a major service, because no one would sell a car that's not giving them problems. A few people would sell cars that are not giving them problems. Once you find someone selling a car, or someone who sold a car to WeBuyCars, it's giving them problems. That's why they're selling those cars. So what you essentially buying, more than just buying the car, you are buying the problems that they were having. So prepare yourself to first fix those problems before you start driving the car, so that you don't have the problems that I had whilst having bought the car from WeBuyCars. Luckily, in my case, I didn't buy an expensive car, and this car would now serve as a lesson book for me, a way for me to learn, either to service cars, either to fix cars, or just the experience of buying cars. So I would know next time I'm buying a car what to look out for, what not to look out for. And luckily for me, this mistake that I have made when I was buying the car, I was not that expensive. I didn't lose a lot of money that I can't afford to lose. So the money that I'm losing, the money that I'm using to fix the car, or the money that I've used to buy the car, is money that I am willing to put in there, and it's not going to negatively affect my family just because I've used the money, and I'm not breaking the bank when I'm using this money to fix this car. So it's important to take care of yourself, take care of your finances when you are buying the car. Prepare your finances when you are buying the car, and also prepare extra money to fix the car. Because once you buy a car from WeBuyCars and they tell you that the car might have problems, may have problems, prepare money to be able to fix those problems, so that when you have the car, you won't be stuck with the car that you just bought. Sometimes you would have bought it you have bought it using debt. Now you have to service a debt, but you have a car that you can't use because you didn't prepare money to fix the car. So prepare yourself to buy the car, and also prepare yourself to do a major service on the car. Almost just do everything: change brake disc, change brake pads if they need to be changed, fix the gearbox, or the gearbox oil leaks, fix the engine oil leaks, change what needs to be changed. Make sure the car is in pristine condition before you start driving the car, because there's only a few people who would sell a car that's not giving them problems. Mostly second-hand cars are sold by people that either can't afford to fix them, or the problem is just too many to bear, and they will just sell the car unless the car is brand new, unless the car they just want to change it for whatever reason, I don't know. But most of the time, second-hand cars, no one sells a car that is not giving them problems. No one sells a car that they're still enjoying. It's because there's a problem with the car that they are selling. So let's close it there for now. That is what I've done for now. That is what I've done on this car, and I'm sure it's gonna give me more problems. And hopefully, I might do more videos on what I'm facing with the car, cause I'm expecting more problems, especially because I'm the one who fixed it. So I don't expect it to be perfect. So if I do have something else to post, I would post. And it just would be it. That is what I've done on this car for now, and for now it's moving forward. I can't say it's fixed. I can't say it's fixed, but it is moving. Because I was not moving before, and I'll just keep on looking at and trying to figure out and see what other problems I might have on the car, and see if there's anything else that needs to be fixed. My name is Nyaniso, and peace. I am out.